On Sunday the 14th of October, Shadow Tourism Minister Hiedi Victoria and local member Neil Burgess announced $1 million pledge to the Victorian Maritime Centre if they win the election. After a brief tour of the museum and meeting the members and volunteers of the Victorian Maritime Centre, Neil Burgess kicked off the proceedings.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's great to have you here today. This is a really monumentous occasion because it's something I know that all of us in this room and many others have been working towards for almost 2 decades, if you can believe it. The Howard government gifted a grant to the Western Port Oberon Association back in about 2001, and it took, as Max just told me this morning, 13 days to get this wonderful vessel all the way from Western Australia to Western Port. And it's taken us 17 years to move it another inch. And that is a complete disgrace. So I'm very pleased to be here, and I'd like to introduce a couple of people that are here with me today. The Deputy Mayor, Kate Roper, I think you would all know her, and my favourite MP, the Honourable Hiedi Victoria.
He has to say that because I'm within striking distance. We sit next to each other.
We do. So Hiedi is the member for Bayswater. She's also, for our relevant things today, she's the Shadow Minister for Tourism, which is obviously a very important thing for us because I think that we're sitting on the best tourism facility that Victoria will have once we have the Otama up where she rightfully belongs in the middle of Hastings. And that I'm really proud to have Hiedi here today to be able to make an announcement on behalf of a guy, Liberal opposition.
Thank you all so much for having me down here today. But Neil, he's right, he's one of my favourites as well. Kate, can I acknowledge you? But all of you, Max, all of the team that have put this facility together, this is so impressive. I don't know how many, I can't say man hours anymore apparently, how many people hours have gone into creating this. But thank you for putting this together, because I could have spent another couple of hours walking around here and then he would have said, no, we're actually behind the 8 ball here. Neil has been talking to me about this beautiful old lady out there for a lot of years, I've got to say, a lot of years. He knocks on my door constantly and there's only ever 2 or 3 things he talks about, and of course the Otama is one of them. Back in 2014, leading up to the last state election, of course, we gave you the commitment that we would help bring her to land. It's really important from a tourism perspective to have her where people can access her, not just look at her. But we also know it won't just be for the locals. We know that there are people who will travel around the world to go and see things like the Otama. So I am delighted to say, if there is a change in government, then I'm very pleased to announce that we commit to $1 million to help him bring this beautiful gal ashore so that everybody can enjoy her, whether they're local, from around Victoria, around Australia, or whether they come from around the world. And we know that this is going to be a really good economic driver for the area, but really importantly, it's part of our history that we need to treat with great respect, and that's exactly what we're going to do. So Neil, congratulations to you, because you have been, I won't say a pain in the backside about this, but he has been adamant about this on all of your behalf. I hear about this girl all the time, and I see updated sheets on her, and this is what we're doing, and this is what we really want to do. And it's a great pleasure to be able to stand here with my good buddy and say, we're going to do this. We are going to bring the girl ashore.
What a fantastic day it is here in Crib Point. Beautiful weather and a fantastic announcement that we've got. I'm really honoured to have the Honourable Hiedi Victoria here, Victoria's Shadow Minister for Tourism. Hiedi, thanks for being here at Crib Point. Can you tell us what the announcement was today?
Thanks, Neil, and thank you for all your advocacy to help try and bring the Otama to land. Of course, a few years ago, she was brought round to be put about 90 metres or so off the water, into the water over there. We need to bring her onto dry land so that tourists can come and visit her and she gets the respect she needs. And if people don't know what we're talking about, of course we're talking about a beautiful submarine. It's going to be a great economic driver for this area, but a really important part of our history as well.
Absolutely.
So this announcement by the Liberal Party, does this give you some hope now? It sure does, yeah. Yep. We need significant funds to kick the project off.